Hello, today we will be using Sendbird SDK and implement it into a React Native website. A ReactJS website. So first you need to head over and sign up for Sendbird. So go over to sendbird.com and sign up. Then you can just put your name and select your country. Let's say United States, and you're gonna give your email address. Also, create a password. And agree. I'll save. And I'll create an account. And it's already in use. I think I created one with that. And it'll ask you welcome to Sendbird, and you can set up your account here. You can choose what you want to do. And here, just select random stuff. And yeah, you can set that up now. Head over to next. It's gonna ask you for your organization name. It's called test. And you don't need to give your phone number unless you want to. Okay, so you can set up chat and calls, but I'm just gonna set up chat, and you can create an application called test, and you need to select your region based on where you live. So North Virginia is closest to where I live, so it will be faster for users to connect to the server to North Virginia. So create my app now. So the application has now been created. So we need to check out the documentation now. And I'm gonna head over to users. So first we need to create a couple of users. We'll just give it user1. Give it user1, and we'll just add a profile picture to him. So let's put a picture of an Apple logo. It's an Apple logo actually. Just copy image, copy link, and just paste that link, create. I don't think it actually did the thing. Yeah, the profile URL is wrong, but that's fine. I can leave it blank and we'll give a default profile URL. And we'll create another user, user2, and user2. So we create that and we have a second user. So now we want these two to connect, right? So we have two users. So let's take a look at the Sendbird bird documentation. So head over to getting started and we'll be using this. Actually, they will be using a demo and a sample and app chat. And we'll head over to this one. Oh, it's a video. So we'll be seeing how to use Sendbird in React Native. We'll be copying some code. Chat app. So what you really need to do is Sendbird chat app React. Perfect. This is the documentation I'm looking for. I'll add this in the description. So after you create a Sendbird account, what they're asking for is for you to install this. So we're gonna head over to our main page and go to React. We'll just create a new folder called this, and we'll rename it to Sendbird Sendbird test, and we can open the Sendbird. Now here we're going to actually, what do you call it? You're gonna open a terminal here. I'm just gonna use git bash because it looks good. And now we're gonna run a few commands, and we're gonna create an app. So create React app Sendbird test. So that's gonna create a React app called Sendbird test. Just take a few minutes. Why not check our YouTube chat? Oh, okay, so that's fine. Test. Check our YouTube stats. Okay. Installing packages. Meanwhile, we'll head over to React.new, and this is code plain box. So you'll get a complete UI here, so you can actually work with this stuff. Okay, now you need to head over to dependencies and add Sendbird UI kit, and that'll install. So after this is installing some things, we'll just finish it up on here if we can, and I'll show you the real-time thing, actually the real app. We get some errors in code sandbox, but that's fine. So now we need to import this React. We need to import these two utilities, which is the Sendbird app and the Sendbird UI kit CSS. So now we'll just write one piece of code, which is Sendbird app. Here, and you can see we just did Sendbird app. You just have to give it the app ID, right? And the demo user. See, there's a user ID, so we can give the app ID and the user ID. So we just copy paste that, and we get app ID and user ID. But where do we keep this app ID? So what is this app ID? You'll find this app ID all the way over here on your Sendbird dashboard. And over to overview, this is your application ID, and you just paste that in there. So I think I just put in the curly braces, but you need to just paste your application ID right there, and you can find that on your Sendbird dashboard. Done. And now you want to connect two users, so we'll just add user 1 here, right? Because user 1, and that's our first user. And if you open it in a new window, okay, this is done, so we'll just do cd send bird test, and we'll connect our second user here. See, here's user 1, and I can add a group, create a group, add user 2, and hit create. I can chat with user 2 and say, hey there, and yeah, it'll send. I don't know what's wrong with this. Oh, save it. Yep, so you can see my message over there, hey. And I'll just head over to VS Code, and then app.js will just install a new dependency, which is npm install, yarn add Sendbird UI kit. Right? Just put in a div over here. That should actually fix it. And wait for it to set up in my VS Code. And we need to add height 100 VH. Completely forgot, that's why it looks weird. So also CSS, and we add a height of 100 VH, and we reload, and that should show up as the full thing. And nope, I don't know why. Usually shouldn't do that. It's still installing Sendbird UI kit. I'll wait for it to happen. Meanwhile, we'll read this documentation. So obviously it's not importing style, so CSS. So we need to import that. Save it, and now we can see the whole thing. That's why it wasn't working. And we can see my messages. And you can chat now. So we'll head over to VS Code now. And you will get this error when you're in production, because it cannot connect with the network in current time. I mean, when you're in development, but in production, it will not be there. So it's loading. I'll just do a React admin here. That's fine. So I'm going to create a new React sandbox and just create a new window. That's side by side this. Now over here, I'll just copy this whole code, right? And paste, and I'll change this user 1 to user 2. Obviously, we have not installed a dependency, so we need to install those dependencies, which is Sendbird UI kit. So it's Sendbird UI kit is installing, and you can see in advanced using code sandboxes, you have all these extra versions, right? So now we'll just open in a new window, or new tab at least, and we're gonna wait for it to load. Also, we need to see we have the good amount of code, and in the styles of CSS, we'll just add a height of 100 VH. 100 VH. So basically, you can see Sendbird documentation is really useful, and it's really gonna help. So you might want to use it. And I'm gonna give the link for Sendbird documentation. You can see I'm now real-time communicating with user 2, right? See, this is user 2's thing, connecting with user 1, and this is user 1 connecting with user 2, and you can see hi, and I will respond to this message. I can even give emoji reactions, and I can copy it. Also, I get real typing things, which is typing, user 2 typing, and I can link a file if I want to, like this PNG file. Then you can see it sent a PNG file. And yeah, that's Sendbird. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And I hope you did learn.